And we're back, guys. Tennis in a minute. I'm your host, Good Energy. I give you the rundown on tennis coverage every day. Last night's match ended a little late. I wanted to get this video out sooner, but a little tired. Coco Gauff, Maria Sakkari, and yes, guys, I did have Sakkari winning the first set outright on the money line. I also had her winning the match. It was a numeric lock. I told you I didn't like Coco's numerology. And look, I do know who's going to win the match before the match starts. I may not necessarily tell you that, right? I don't like to put certain picks out there against my favorite players, but I know who's going to win the match for sure. It's all about the numerology. Now, Sakkari is a good player, and let's give her flowers in this video because I talked about her coaching. David Witt is a solid coach. Venus Williams' former coach, Pegula's former coach, and I just feel Sakkari. Look, she's always had the talent, the athletic ability, the strengths, her physique. She's short and solid and powerful. She's worked on her mental toughness. Let's just be honest, guys. A few years ago, Sakkari did not have that mental toughness. She was always having these outbursts, losing her cool, much like a Potapova or a Marta Kostyuk. She worked on her mental toughness. She's always been in shape. Sakkari's defense is underrated. I do think that I think that her footwork is underrated. And the reality here is Sakkari is a sleeper. She's come through this draw and no one's even talking about it. She was a 30-1 underdog to win this tournament just a few days ago. Sakkari is literally just, I wouldn't say she's shocking the world. It's just that what David is doing to her game is taking her to the next level. And I've talked about this the last few videos. I am so excited for what's to come for Sakkari. She has the coaching she needs. Her defense underrated, her speed and footwork's underrated, her power's underrated. Sakkari is going to win more championships. I'm telling you guys, I'm so excited. And so is Coco. Look, Coco's got a bright future ahead of her. But again, guys, this was a numeric lock. And I knew Sakkari would win the match. And congratulations to Sakkari. That's a Jordan fist pump. And Coco is like Venus Williams. I've never seen such a classier player in defeat. And who is this woman, by the way? Does anyone know? If I'm not mistaken, Sakkari is the only child. I could be mistaken, but I remember Sakkari talking about her mother and her parents, how they would play videos of Venus and Serena when she was a child to kind of get her pumped up. And I don't know who this is. She looks like she could be related to Sakkari. I don't know. Excuse me. Does anyone know? But I could have sworn Sakkari was the only child because, again, she used to talk about how in her house, all they would play was Venus and Serena. And those, of course, were her idols. But nonetheless, it was a tough match for Sakkari. She won the first set, dropped the second. Coco wasn't feeling well. So we gotta acknowledge that Coco did not feel well. She was sick. This match, the starting, the stopping. Coco did manage to save 3 match points in the second set, came back from a double break. And look at the classy exchange at the net. This is Venus Williams like, I'm telling you guys. There's no one classier in defeat. And look, when you win, it's good, but your true character comes out when you lose. And Coco's just such a classy person. And so is Maria. Maria said in the post-match interview, look, I don't want to say anything bad about Coco. I love her. She's a great player. So she was asked, essentially, what did she think of the match? And look, she said Coco's tough. It was a tough match. And it was a tough match for Sakkari. But I'm glad because I was at the match in Washington and Sakkari just broke down in tears. Coco destroyed her. Even in Beijing, she destroyed her. But I think the coaching Sakkari has now is going to get her to the next level. And I'm excited for what's to come. She's going to take on Iga Swiatek. Stay tuned for that. And again, Coco wasn't feeling well. We see the errors there, 50 unforced errors. I mean, that's a match right there, 7 double faults. So she's got to tweak that. But nonetheless, it wasn't Coco's tournament to win. It's as simple as that, right, guys? Iga Swiatek, Sakkari. Now, I remember a time where Sakkari used to dominate Iga. So this is going to be a good match to watch. I'll cover that match. Stay tuned for that video. And what's next? Look, we have doubles. Indian Wells. That's going to be really good seeing Elisa Mertens take on Storm Hunter, opposite sides of the net. That is going to, why did they break up? This is just unbelievable. These doubles partners, they're breaking up like, relationships or something. Iga's now #1 in the race to the finals. Coco's going to climb. And look, Sakkari's knocking on the door, guys. This is great. Tennis in a Minute. We'll be back. Like the video, show some love. And again, guys, win or lose, our job is to show these players love, give them their flowers. They're all amazing players. And look, don't take this personal, guys. This is just a game. Tennis in a Minute. We'll be back. Sakkari is through. She gets the job done. I'm happy for her. She deserves it. She's had a rough run at these semifinals. I'm so happy for Sakkari. Coco's got a bright future, guys. Don't be sad. She'll be back. Tennis in a Minute. Had to take the lock. What are you going to do?